It is now we reached to chapter 19, learning and development. This chapter is strategically narrows our focus to key talent segments, understanding the unique developmental needs for managers, high potentials, and graduates. So literally, this chapter is looking after some talent, how talent we can manage talent. So I'm not sure, or maybe you are not sure which challenge you are going to take over in your assignment or in your professional life. Whatever you are came across, you need to understand this. It is theoretical background. Otherwise, you can go some trap. It is already recognized and found in the literature. So I suggest you to read if you go one of the challenge for the organization is if it is talent you selected. Okay, if you selected talent as a problem in the organization, you need to definitely read this chapter. Similarly, you may find other problems or challenges. I definitely have to ask you to read to get higher grades, because it is going to help your critical approach and counter arguments, articulation in the assignment. Okay, so therefore it is important. So chapter 19 is talent and career development. In today's competitive landscape, talent is not just an asset. It is engine, and it is creating the business's momentum. It is giving the momentum. Therefore, it is given in our textbook. I don't need to repeat. I'm just stick with textbook context without adding my comments. But at some point, I cannot stop myself to add up. So if you find something it is different, it is not presented in the textbook, it is because of me and because of my comments. If you consider talent management is a key driver of business momentum, so it means I think it is relevant and it is important to look after those talents and maybe flourish those talents in the organization and maybe feed them and bring them at some point. Really important. Yes, this is the subject of this chapter. And obviously, this first slide is about kind of summary of all of the chapter. And we've seen, according to this chapter, we've seen that talent protection is come 2008 in the economic downturn. So employers didn't want to lose their talent at organizations for the good times. Yeah, 2008 wasn't smart. Even from my own experience, I lost my job 2008. So many people has been impacted, but organizations try to keep the talents because the talents are the key elements and they are giving the momentum for the organizations. So this is another one, reflects the difficulty and cost of finding and retaining talent. So this is another one, again, kind of measurement and okay, we have good intention to keep those talent, but it is difficult to estimate the cost of it. This is the one. Practice of talent hoarding became common during the downturns. Employees would like to keep their talents in the organizations. It's mainly appeared in the downturn times. Some organizations use downturns to acquire talent from competitors. This is the pinching the talents from other organizations. Yeah, these are the points. So from the global perspective, if we're looking at securing a future leadership pipeline, like the demographic shifts globally present both a challenge and an immense opportunity as well, because challenges are creating some opportunities as well. So we are in a war for talent, let's say, and that demands strategic foresight. Because you don't know what kind of talent is going to be helpful for our organization. It can ruin that talent, can ruin your culture and maybe it's not going to fit your strategic alignment. So from that perspective, like when we're looking at a little bit like globally, Western countries at the moment, because the population is aging, and baby boomer generation are more prominent. And developing countries, on the other hand, continue to grow and leading to global talent shortage at the moment, particularly severely in Asia. And talent is crucial for driving organizational competitiveness and transformation and long-term success. Because these leaders, these talents are bringing organizations some stimulus and is bringing momentum. Key for organization to develop a diverse talent pool and robust long-term leadership pipeline. So obviously these are the talents. The textbook is saying that okay, talent doesn't have to be leader in the future, but it is giving some feed to a leadership team as well. So your role as a future leader is a proactively build a diverse and sustainable talent pipeline. So you need to bring all the time those talents. Otherwise, you can be outdated in the organization. And these are ensuring your organization has the capabilities to innovate and maybe lead, being leader in the market decades on the next coming decades, or maybe if next coming few decades. So the post-recession, because this our textbook is just creates a origin from there. Landscape reveals a dynamic tension. Do we grow our talent or buy it? So this is like the question. So are we going to look after our talent in our organization, or are we going to buy it from outside? Not for that one, because the door is just slapping, so I don't want to. It's distracting my attention. I went and I put something. Yeah. During the downturn, organization focus on retaining, and developing talent internally, and we know many leaders and CEOs coming from internal resources. Organizations doesn't recruit from outside a CEO. They bring the CEO inside. Or maybe I should say leaders, okay? Because CEOs could be like financially, come as a CEO, not leadership. But we've seen in Apple similar things, and we see many organizations using that approach. So CIPD, this is one of the professional institution. Again, did a survey. 3/4 of the organization recruiting key talent. So they just create a campaign and bring a recruitment team, and they're asking for acquisition for the talent. And as you can see, if you employ like 100 people as a talent pool, and one of them come, or two of them, or five of them, or 10 of them is coming as a talent, as a real talent, and it's going to bring a momentum for that organization. Obviously, we need to see that talent retention things as well, and we need to keep after their development. Therefore, this section is important in the leadership learning and development section. And it is given under this section as well in the chapter in our textbook. So first question is defining talent. Okay. So again, it is impossible to define the talent because different approach, different things coming up. But we have kind of like what we have and what we don't have in a main subject. And it is really widely across organizations and very, very widely across the organization, this definition. Michaels et al. From McKinsey's, so this is the consultants organization. I think this should be small, okay? So initial limited talent to a small number of individuals with high potential for top jobs. This is a elitist definition, and it is against our understanding of talent in general, because we expect every individual has got some unique talents, and we can bring them out, or we can hone those talents. Okay. However, this is the initial limited talent. Small number of individuals with high potential for top jobs are important because we don't have limitless cost. We have limited resources, and we should put our resources effectively. Okay. Therefore, dividing talent development into some section is really important. So this is a critic. Okay, the elitist view may miss this view may miss the individuals critical to business success as well. Okay. Another one is strategic link. So we need to make sure that always strategic organizational strategies, organizational mission, vision, aim, what is it, that one? And that talent development should correspond with those. Does it make sense? I hope, because in the classroom and previous weeks I mentioned that one as well. Like one of the example in our textbook, Ryanair's focus on ground staff for turnaround speed. This is the one of the example, and reality gap and the PA consulting. They did 63% of CEOs aspire to a strategy aligned talent management, but 15% of believe they are close. So they believe they are away from that one. So this is one of the challenge. You are investing some money in an organization, and that for talent improvement or retention those talents, but those talents, their competencies are not aligned with your strategic aim. In that sense, that talents are important for the human being, but it is not important for your organization. So this is the challenge. Okay, I hope it is clear for you. Next slide is about pitfalls of exclusivity. Why selective talents approach falls short. This is a little bit extension of the first critic. While focusing on resources on high potential seems logical, it can inadvertently create division and stifle broader innovation. A truly resilient organizations, maybe they are going to thrive on having collective intelligence, not just individual brilliance. I call that one is a one-man show. Okay, so collective intelligence is bringing some learning organization. A learning organization, a bit different concept. So I don't want to go in depth that one. Hopefully, we have another textbook. I will mention a little bit about this one. This is a bit doctorate project, and it was really important in 1980s, and it is still relevant, I believe. Yeah. How will you champion an inclusive talent philosophy that recognize potential in every employee, fostering a culture where everyone feels valued and empowered to contribute their best. This is the question. Alienating people is not helpful, isn't it? So it is not creating a welcoming, it's not creating a culture what we aim to. It's not helpful our society as well. So it is creating like, this is saying latent talent. It is mentioned as a term in the textbook. So productive talents is going to be missed, okay? I hope it is clear, that slide. And next slide is about embracing all talents and creating inclusive approach in the talent management. Started getting everyone, but we are aware that we are short of resources, okay? This is the problem. However, inclusive approach is really powerful shift in the mindset. Instead of searching few stars or top stars in the organization, we recognize that every individual holds untapped potential. Okay. Every single employee ultimately every single employee will empowered, engage, inspired to contribute their unique gifts. So this is, can you imagine, this is how it's going to create some synergy at work. Okay, this is very, very nice point, I think. And I think this is okay for this slide. One of the example is Aviva. How it is practiced, how organizations are practicing those. This is the point. Aviva Group HR Director John Ainsley contrast their approach with STAR development programs. Philosophy, everyone in Aviva has the same conversation about their development. So all our colleagues, this is their speech, okay? All their colleagues, wherever they are in the world, are covered by the same process. Can you imagine? This is a justice distribution. This is equity. This is integrity, I think. Okay. So at the end, the research or their speech saying that obviously there could be bias because this is HR director of Avivo talking that one, okay? But we have to believe because they are successful organization. He claims that increased employee engagement. I think the employees are engaged for sure if they see really effective justice system is in process. Employees feel recognized. Yes, this is a very good point. And strong encouragement for honest and authentic development conversation. I think nothing left for this slide. I'm going to drop the next one. So CIPD's definition offers a pragmatic lens. Here on the second line, talent consists of those individuals who can make a difference to organizational performance either through their immediate contribution or in the longer term by demonstrating the high levels of potential. So these are talents. We need to look after them for sure. But when we are establishing a talent pool process or talent management or talent development, whatever you name it, should be equally distributed, should be open, transparent, integrity should be exist in the humanity way, in an egalitarian way, okay? But we have to be aware that we have limited resources, okay? PA consultant survey is 34 organizations this is reality, define most or all employees as talent, okay? As you can see, in general, the egalitarian way is not used in practice, okay? I think this slide is okay for the textbook. And another example from Jaguar Land Rover. Everyone has potential to develop, aim to create tailored development plans for all 30,000 employees globally in Jaguar and Land Rover. Acknowledge this is a 5-year plan. High potential managers are targeted first with a 2-year intensive development program. And there's a reason for this one. Let me finish that one first. Programs designed to fit with individual strength and ambitions. So this plan is going to cover everyone. But plan and system is not creating a vague or fatigue in the mind of employees. They have a system. They say they are going to bring the first high potential managers as a first target because they need to improve the talents in the managers. Because talent management, talent development is really core point is the line managers, and you need to improve their talent first. I think this is a really strategic way, and it is really relevant. First, bringing talent managers and bringing them develop, then so one stone, two birds. Okay, that's it. Okay, this is the mentality here. Okay, next slide. I hope it was clear. And agile talents. We know, so this is kind of suggestion, and a more flexible and blended approach. I can make it a little bit bigger, that one. I think that one is really small, that slide. All right, it doesn't work. Okay, that way. Maybe this way. Yeah, this way works a little bit more. A more flexible, blended approach to defining talent is emerging. And organizations identify different talent groups and provide tailored development. So this is this idea coming from the limited resources mentality. And organizations needs to segregate it, create a segments, who is going to take what. And this is helpful for them as well, because what they are going to, those groups is going to be improve as a competence is going to make your training and development program easy to set. Let's say this is the HEALS approach. First is leadership and senior roles, high potentials, talent pools, all employees, and fluid approach is offered by PA report. Different groups come into and out of focus as the circumstances change. This blended approach embodies agility in talent management because you don't have enough time. You need to quickly improve those talents. Okay, you need to manage them really quickly. It moves beyond the rigid categories and static. Our world is not static and more dynamic now, and you need to be more responsive. And this is really important. Money is not only the resource for the organization now. Time is source as well. If maybe I shouldn't say time. Speed is important. Their resource. Okay, because you can respond. You can be more advanced. You can go upper hand against your competitors by making things more speedy. Yeah, I think that one is helpful and enough. Some of the reflective questions on the next slide. How does organizations define talent? So for you, it is given interpret relevant cases from managing people or similar things. And this is kind of embarking you in these questions are asked for you because if you give a thought about them, you are going to understand the subject a little bit quicker, therefore, okay? So next slide is a talent identification. So first, it is really important who has got talent, who doesn't have those talents. Okay, we accept that everyone has got some talent, and we need to bring them up, and we need to flourish those talents at some point. And recruitment and selection is one of the key methods to identify buy-in talent from outside the organization. However, overemphasis on external hiring can make existing employees feel undervalued and disengaged. So this is happening as well, unfortunately. Maybe you can create some positive discrimination for the internal resources rather than external resources, and lack of internal career development. So this is the section actually, because if you put a process in talent management or talent development things, you need to accomplish a kind of career planning tool. And so this is lack of internal career development opportunities may encourage employees with potential to seek opportunities elsewhere. This incentivizing them from performing their best. Which we don't want to see. Quite quitting coming up. You see disengagement coming up. So yeah, but we know that internal talent not always responding. It is helpful, and we need to value, and but we need to value external employment recruitment as well for the talent pool. Okay, I think that slide is enough, and this is another one. I don't know why I did. There's a Virtuosa's Agile Talent. This is a case study, I think, from textbook. I don't know why I didn't design this one. Maybe I can quickly make some design. Maybe I should go that way. To meet this, okay, the global head of HR at Virtuosa notes that millennials prioritize continuous development. Oh yeah, this is the example from millennial, because this textbook is like old, but it's really strong. So kind of like, you need to check the talent and their generational differences as well. And you need to improve your development programs, okay, accordingly. Okay, this is the slide actually I want to give you. You might find this is old-fashioned, so therefore I don't want to carry on too much on this one. So internal talent identification is about leveraging existing talents. Okay, so you need to create some kind of assessment. So this slide is actually bringing all this from textbook. Your organization likely holds a wealth of data in its existing workforce. The challenge and opportunity lies in leveraging these insights to proactively identify and nurture internal talent. So by integrating various assessment methods, you can build a robust internal talent pipeline, ensuring continuous growth and strategic readiness. Because if your strategic alignment is about this one, yes, it is going to create a really robust perspective. Like it is saying 360-degree feedback, evaluation of previous development experiences, assessment and development centers are commonly used, appraisal results. So these are the things, okay? It is offered. Maybe you can add up more things. So pitfalls, always we have to bring our arguments some pitfalls. Counter arguments. We need to bring counter arguments to our points, because otherwise we are not academics, okay? So while competencies provide a valuable framework, so this is kind of jump. Do you remember that OECD competencies framework? It is in our textbook page. I'm just going there. Page 360. It has got 5 different levels, and different industries might need different competencies. Okay, so we don't know what competencies for particular organization is needed. Okay, for HRM people from those organizations must know, aware, and they are going to make this list. Okay, in general. Okay, competencies provide a valuable framework. Rigidly adherence can those competencies can stifle the innovation and limit the potentials. I hope it is clear. So talent is kind of bringing those competencies into organization, but sticking with those competencies might not be helpful. Therefore, we need to look after some individuals may have enormous talent in one area but be weak in others, could be exploited later on. Okay, or we might bring this is the third one. I think this one. Organizations can err by expecting a total talent package from one individual's extra competencies. It is not. The second one, this approach may provide a limited view. Employees minimize diversity within the organization. Yeah, this is the first one. Sorry for that one. Okay, competencies, the rigid sets of competencies can be problematic. Okay, so this is the main pitfalls and counter argument for that sticking. True talent identification embraces nuances, diversity, and bringing more, even including more weak people into. And recognizing that brilliance often resides in specialized areas. This is the issue. Kind of, you are bringing people has got talent in one subject, but it is not. They don't have talent on other subject. Okay, this is the talent management. Then in the talent development, you need to improve those talented people at different competencies as well. Okay, I hope it is clear in this. So this is the critical perspective. Talent beyond today, future-proofing roles and potential. Individuals may not. The future workforce demands some future participation in talent identification. We must exploit the ability, or we must cultivate the ability to see potential beyond present performance. Recognizing that true talent often lies in adaptability and unique contribution. Even from mavericks, and your strategic eye will be vital in spotting those hidden gems who can lead your organization in the tomorrow. So, so this is my point in the previous slide. I just brought that one a bit early. Okay. So this is the coming psychologist Adrian. She thought looking beyond those who fit the mold for mavericks with imaginative, creative ambition. So this is kind of like you have some skills to pick up those talents, okay, then those talents will improve. However, you have to be anticipated for futuristic competencies. What competencies will be important in the future? Let's say creativity, innovation, let's say critical thinking. So in that sense, HR management and those managers are called in our another textbook. They are called as a, this is a professional chief learning officers. They are called, okay, in another textbook, chief learning officers, CLO. Those people, this is a profession, okay. Those people need to understand strategic alignment, strategical change in the future, how it is going to come, and they need to define what futuristic anticipation needed to be seen or embraced in the talent pool. Okay, so, I'm not talking about people has got talent. I'm talking about people who is picking those talents and who is creating career plan for those talents. I hope I am clear on this one. Okay. Strategic talent management, aligning people and roles. I think more or less we mentioned aligning roles with people, fitting talents, individuals to current job roles, aligning people with roles, designing jobs to fit the talents of individuals already within organization. So these are two strategic approach. Both strategies are critical. There needs to be strategic interaction, dynamic interaction and balance between them. Okay. So again, a kind of blended solution. These are the questions. This activity invites you to critically evaluate your organizational talent sourcing strategy. So it is creating some some understanding, advanced understanding, if you go and articulate in your mind. And transparency in talent, I think we more or less mentioned at the beginning on this one. Transparency in talents, to disclose or not to disclose. There is some different views, transparent and secrecy. If transparent talent pool, talented people you will see the more motivation. If it is kept secret, you can lose those talents because you didn't tell them they are going to be manager or they are going to be potentially good career in the future. So this is the discussion. Okay, I think I don't need to mention more because this is really quite clear. Orchestrating growth, strategic talent. Strategic talent and talent development is not in a siloed HR function. It is a deeply embedded organizational imperative. It demands senior leaders sponsorship. They need to look after this scheme. Okay, seamless integration and unwavering alignment with strategic objectives. So should be all the time in the organizational top score, top-notch aim to bring that. Always they need to recognize. Okay. So your challenge is to be architect of this integrated approach, ensuring talent strategy is golden thread woven through their aspect of business. Okay. So these are embedded approach, integrated consistent activities, support strategic objectives, organizational fit. So these are the points. You can stop here and you can read. I don't want to, because it seems reading those is killing my time and it's not helpful. And talent development. If you have a structured framework like static network, or you can have agile adoption. Okay, this is 2H. and one of them, or in the middle somewhere, you can bring. Okay, strategic talent development, like optimal design, is a dynamic balance between structure and fluidity. Why we need fluidity? Because time is really going fast, market is changing, rigidity creates a stifle in innovation, and strategic insights will be in discerning when you're providing a clear roadmap and when foster agility, emergent development pathways, ensuring your system adapts to evolve business needs. So this is these are the points. Yeah, structure. This is saying some offer. Strategic talent development often expressed as a system incorporating a structured approach, job development, and planned moves. But we know it is not in place in many organizations, and there is a need for this one because we need to keep talents in the organization. When if we have those talents, we need to improve them with other talents and competencies as well. And this is a job, a HRM job, a managing people job. So one of the example from CHEMCO Strategic Talent Management, a structure approach. CHEMCO designed that one with red one. CHEMCO, a public organization run by a management company, aimed to shift culture from civil service to commercial. Program goals expand leadership and scientific capability by identifying, developing, deploying, and retaining high potential employees to sustain flow of talent. 3 talent pools in 2 years program they offer: emerging talent, early career with management technical potential, scientifically technical leaders, global experts. So as you can see, it is becoming more global perspective now from the international business perspective. And leadership growth group, potential for business critical leadership roles, and high structure selection, competency framework, nomination, entry, exit criteria, performance, promotability, REIT. And these are the things are offered by CHEMCO. Okay. Some rigorous development assessment as well exists. So they apply that one. Okay. Talent philosophies, kind of like, again, this is same point. 3 example here, actually 2. CHEMCO highly structured approach. It is contrast with companies like Google. Google approach, no formal talent programs, allows every employee formal thinking time to earn time for their own project, support by carefully crafted job description. Now, I think we are going to come slowly a little bit like line managers and assessment bit in a second. Line managers are I'm just checking the slide numbers more than I anticipated. 110. Okay. Now we have 17 more slides. So line managers play a principal role in strategic talent management. Okay. So the front line of talent management is really important. They are nerves of the systems, and they are creating kind of bridge, strategic intent and individual development. They are the talent spotters and career enablers on the ground. Okay, so this is really important. So that's why line managers are being asked too much. There is a one critical and challenge, given that 70% of HR managers prioritize upskilling line managers for talent feedback. So HR managers not able to reach everyone. So line managers are the nerve system of this project. So succession plan. This succession plan is not just about replacing positions. It's about building organizational resilience on feature capability. A robust talent pipeline ensures continuity. Pipeline means you are creating some talents and they are going to come in the future, and they are going to create continuity for that organization, and they are going to create fostering internal growth and provides a clear pathway for career pathway for aspiring leaders. So this is the point. So we have some paradox approach in our textbook. It says individuals on fast track talent pathway may move quickly through many jobs roles, which can be stimulating but also pose risks. Okay, so always, as we always say, we should bring the counter arguments. So these are given here. High flyers may alienate others on their own way up and may not form stable development and support networks. These kind of people, from my experience, which organizations whenever I work for, they didn't have development program, and these talented people are lost in soon. Okay, because they are high flyers and they have becoming more ego and narcissist in quickly, and they are losing their motivation at work, and they are quitting because they expect more, and it is killing their. So you need to be realistic, and you shouldn't create some kind of over promising in the system. Okay, every system, not only talent development, for every system. Okay, reflective inquiry. This is for you. What other development activities would you recommend for such employees? Okay, this is kind of embarking you into the topic. And next slide is succession planning for balancing transparency and expectation. Succession planning is a delicate kind of delicate balance between aspiration and reality. Because we have limited resources, but we want to create inspiration in the employees, and we want them to be with us. And while transparency can empower, it also demands masterful management expectation. So you need to create kind of management, and you need to create some kind of nerve system to pick up and go for it. Your strategic challenge is design robust. I'm telling about the people who is managing this development, this talent development programs. Actually, it is for every system, and you need to create a robust, adaptable succession plans, and not only identify future leaders, but also this is going not only featured leaders going to identify, but also engage to develop all potential talent transparent and fairly. You shouldn't stick with leaders only itself. Okay, hopefully this slide is okay. And next slide is about development, leadership, empowering talent. This is called action for every leaders. Move beyond managing to empowering. Talented individuals thrive on autonomy and impact. Your ability to create environments that provide scope, decision-making, authority, and support, even for high flyers, will unlock their full potential. So you need to create some kind of system, should be robust, should be transparent, fair, and it needs to create some. So this slide give me the one idea about knowledge, because if the talents are, if we are empowering talents, it means we are including them decision making. Because this is the natural way, isn't it? So if you empower people, it means you are giving them controlling some decision makings. Okay, so that part is if the people doesn't have that knowledge or experience, it is a bit risky to give. Therefore, that taking risk is involving at this point, okay? So developmental leadership and empowering talents means a risk. Yeah. So next slide is leading brilliance. Leading high performance requires a nuanced touch. It is not about imposing control, but about creating an ecosystem where the unique brilliance can thrive. So this is the two paradox: control about autonomy, and so again, same things is mentioned here, and it is asking to give communication skills, okay. High-performance science may deliver result, but can be challenging to manage. Okay, this is the first one. High performance, particularly in science, technology, creative fields, may deliver a result, but can be very challenging to manage because you don't know those knowledge, and you don't know whether is it relevant, is it okay, or is. So I think you need to bring some piloting and testing those technologies before setting up or investing more. So talented people often know their worth and have strong views on their careers, often failing to respond to traditional management and approach. So this is, challenges of high performance, okay. So some global perspectives are here. International experience has become a critical component of leadership preparation because organizations like to go international nowadays. And it's really, they want to go beyond the borders, national borders, and they want to invest different countries. So in an increasing interconnected world, global fluency is non-negotiable. Leaders, international experience is more than just a resume builder. It is a crucial for developing adaptability, cross-cultural empathy, resilience for cultural shocks, and strategic oversights. Your challenge is, as an HRM professional in the future, to champion these experiences, not just as assignments, but as a transformative journey to cultivate truly global leaders at this point. So this is really demanding task. Adidas example here. We see that the challenge is coming here. The feeling of compelling people who have got talent, they find themselves to enforced to move and experience from international. So this is the challenge is more coming from that perspective. So I don't want to go more inside that one because it's a bit international business perspective. Expatriates, it is called, and from talent pool, universal support, dwelling every employee. True talent management extends beyond a select few. It encompasses volume and empowering every employee by actively listening to all voices, identifying latent, productive, potential talents. So this is like providing them universal career support. You build a resilient because they have this kind of experience, and this is going to create engaged workforce. But it is not like always necessarily happen because, as I always say, employees are feeling they have to go, and it is creating them for they have been expected to do some job. It is not helpful for them. Okay. Career drivers, understanding diverse employee aspiration is coming. Never assume you know what motivates your people. True talent strategy is built on genuine empathy and deep understanding on individual aspiration. It can be done by actively listening to diverse voices and understanding their unique career drivers. you can build in that way. You can build a more personalized, impactful talent management system that truly resonates with every employee. So it's crucial to engage employees in discussion about their careers, as their views may surprisingly different from senior managers' assumption. In a sense, there could be some discrepancy between strategic alignment and with the individual pursuit. So key factors valued differently by individuals. So this is the happening, like work-life balance, meaningfulness of job, interest in a job, travel opportunities, and speed of promotion. These are coming from my textbook. So at the end, as earlier mentioned, no measurement, no management. In order to measure the impact, evaluation talent management outcomes. Some says a data-driven world is acceptable, demonstrating the return on investment of talent management is paramount, and we have to accept this is a complex. While process metrics provide insights, true impact lies in measurable outcomes, and attribution of causality. So in order to create or design robust evaluation frameworks, so you may need to move beyond merely actively tracking a genuine talent management's tangible contribution to organizational success. So measuring HR practice outcome, including talent management, has historically been challenging. You have to accept that one. And internal HR measures easier to collect and available for identified problems, internal promotion, retention rates. So in that sense, you can evaluate talent management outcomes. I think there could be a confusing point here is you are not measuring the people in talent pool. You are measuring the impact of overall talent management here. Some aspect, it is easier to measure process and activities, like number of development plans comes from these talent pools than actual outcomes, which is not coming from talent house. You can compare them. And challenge of causality, difficult to prove that observed results increased retention, higher share price are directly caused by talent management activities. External measures, on the other hand, could be considered as a profit, share prices, sales, so on, are the other end of the scale for measurement. Target the evaluation gap. The evaluation gap is informality and lack of rigor. Many organizations still use very informal and impressive evaluation methods, imprecise evaluation models. Despite the strategic importance of talent development, evaluation systems often remain surprisingly informal. This evaluation gap is missed opportunity to continuous learning and demonstrating value. Your role is the champion as HRM managers or line managers. Your role is to champion rigor, data-driven evaluation method, transforming anecdotes into the actionable insight and ensuring every talent initiative delivers measurable results. Success was often gauged from anecdotal data, rarely aligned with global strategy. CIPD International Study 2011 go through over this one, and more popular evaluation methods were feedback from employees and their managers and retention data it is found. Proving return of investment, quantifying talent management value. This is where the rubber meets the road. Transforming qualitative impact into quantitative return on investment. These examples demonstrate that rigorous measurement is possible and incredibly powerful. Only one of the 20 companies formally calculated return on investment for talent management activities. Example company approach calculated ROI of graduate trainees by identifying profit and revenue generated projects multiplied by the number of graduates. Found graduate group contributed more revenue, more every £1 spent on talent management for graduates. Multiply returns in extra sales. Similar methodology used by Empower for cultural change initiative. Sales up 54%, productivity 5%. Customer complaints were down 14%. Employee pride up 14 points. Billings to recommend Empower up 11 points. Staff retention up 33%. As a summary, key proposition in talent and career development in this chapter is talent definition varies. Elitist and inclusive approaches to oppose idea. Organizations adopt flexible approach with different talent groups. Organizations must decide the appropriate balance between buying and homegrowing talent. This is another point. Identification methods include assessment centers, 360-degree feedback, line manager views, and appraisal results comparing with previous meetings as well. Strategic and integrated talent management aligned with organizational needs is crucial, can be structured or flexible. Key activities include developmental management, international experience, and understanding employee perspective on careers is mentioned in the textbook as well. I went a little bit quick and passed on that section. You can always go and review that textbook. Formal evaluation of talent management is rare. Most who do use internal HR measures rather than external outcomes. So this synthesis distill the core challenges and insights we explore in talent and career development. It is a complex, multifaceted domain demanding strategic foresight and agile execution. As a master graduates, your mission is to transform these propositions into action strategies that drive both individual growth and organizational success. And this is coming to end to our slides. Some examples, I jump. So chapter 19 is done. So next hour, we will go through new textbook, chapter 10 from Bratton and Gold, 5th edition. Thank you very much for listening, and please feel free to put a comment at the bottom of this thread or ask your question in the classroom.